Good morning. Good afternoon. It's already noon. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in to this week's show of OK Tours Live. This week we have a special guest. His name is Dan. He's with Best Tickets. There are ticket brokers for everything tickets, whether it be Cowboys, Spurs, all the concerts that are going on. So we have a great show, and I think at the end of the show, people are going to be jumping for Cowboys tickets because that's what we're going to be focusing on today. How about them boys? Hey, I'm excited. We started our lives last year, mid-August. The production from that to now has changed. I got really excited whenever they told us about the first one. I didn't know what we were going to be getting ourselves into, but the following that has been with us has been great. We are, like I said, very excited. Thank y'all for everybody that's tuning in, saying hi. This show is not just going to be for Cowboys fans. It's going to be for those Cowboys haters that just want something to say because they don't know what team they want to represent. All right. We know there's a lot of y'all out there. They're 1 week they're Chiefs fans, the next week they're Eagles fans. Hey, get you a Cowboys fan because they're the most loyal people out there. All right. They stick through you through thick and thin, through he caught it, he didn't catch it, Romo's back, everything. All right. We've been there. We're loyal to our team. So again, welcome to everybody coming in. So I'm going to welcome in Mr. Dan, the man himself with Best Tickets. Welcome tuning in. Tuning in with everybody at Best Tickets Facebook, their Instagram, and all of Dan's following right now. He's a local celebrity too. You go into the Best Tickets AT&T Parkway, he's always there with a smile and giving you a drink. That's why I love stopping by at y'all's office. It is always a great time. So welcome in, Dan.
What's up, man? Thanks for having us. Kind of like I said the last time we linked up, if I'm doing videos with OK Tours, we're doing something right. So good to be here. Exciting time. Cowboys schedule's out. NFL schedule's out. Definitely exciting time.
Awesome. And again, thank you for everybody at Best Tickets and their Facebook following. I know you guys post a lot out there, all the events that are going on. We're going to highlight two of them, two big things that are going to be going on, and we'll also talk about all the other stuff that's going on, a couple concerts that are going out there, some that people didn't even know. So we're going to hype everybody up, and we're going to do some concerts, but really we're highlighting America's team this week. All right. Like what's the going back to yourself, Dan, what's your role there at Best Tickets?
So yeah, I'm our director of sales over at Best Tickets. So very forward facing. Obviously in our business, we do a lot of business online. We also do a lot of business in person. You mentioned I'm here at our office that's down here right by the AT&T Center. This is our VIP lounge. So we have a lot of people coming in and out of here regularly, but I'm our head of sales, manage all of our marketing and social media and all those things. So plenty of things over in this world to keep me busy. And then you get stuff like the Cowboy schedule coming out, and it just gets a little bit busier, but it's all good,
Oh man, it's the best time of the year. I know as soon as the schedule got released at like 7:15 last week, I was getting calls, text messages, and we don't even do tickets like that type of volume. So I can only imagine the amount of calls that you were getting, the amount of text messages. If I was you, I probably would have turned my phone off, but I know you guys have a lot of events going on, so you can't. It's like us, our buses are everywhere.
Didn't turn the phone off. It's funny when, this time of year, you start getting messages from your regular customers and, oh, I heard they're going to play so-and-so on this day and so-and-so on this day. And then the actual schedule comes out, and like the one guy that got like one thing right has to tell you, I told you so, but it's usually,
I knew they were going to play on Thanksgiving Day.
It's usually completely different than what everyone, even myself included, thinks it's going to end up being. But definitely a good schedule. I mean, we're excited about it. I think Cowboys fans have a lot to be excited about. Obviously, we'll get into the details, but I'm thrilled with the schedule.
Awesome, and I've been a client there for the last at least 15 years. I've grown with y'all as well. I thought I could only afford to get into the venue that whatever it was. I remember the Spurs. It was a Spurs game at the Alamo Dome. That was one of my first events, and I was like, man, one day I want to be like down there. Not maybe where the players are, but I just want to be a little bit closer. And through you guys, it was attainable, and that's been one of my best experiences from y'all. What are a lot of other clients? What are they saying about y'all's like upgraded packages and getting them a little bit closer down to different events?
That's a great question. I mean, we service our clients. I mean, we I always kind of in a joking way tell you I can get you the best seat in the house or the worst seat in the house. That's kind of what we operate in, and everything in between, right? So whether it's suites or courtside packages or club seats on the 50-yard line for a Cowboys game, or you want to go with a big group of 50, 60 people and, you just kind of want the cheapest, most economical option and you want to buy it all in one shot rather than having to try to piece it together online, for an upper level seat at a Cowboys game, right? We really do handle every single, facet or seat or option out there. In terms of upgrades, I mean, we're always looking at our position, right? If it's the biggest game of the year, we may not have so many upgrade options available, but in a scenario where maybe a game hasn't sold as well or something like that, we're always offering our customers a chance to hey, you paid this already, couple bucks extra, we can get you down here. So we're always looking to be creative and take care of our clients.
It's just like going to the movies. They ask you as soon as you're there, right? You just want a medium popcorn, but then you ask them, hey, you can upgrade for an extra $50, and you're like, well, what's the upgrade? From the 400 down to the 300 underneath all those club seats, and they're like, really? And that's where everyone's like, oh my goodness, why didn't I do this? Once you upgrade, you can't go back.
Yeah,
party pass to a seat in the 400 section to a seat in the 300 section. Like, it doesn't happen.
That's very true.
But that's one of the best experiences that I've seen. That I'm always like during Cowboy season, like during the week of, I'm like, hey, what do you guys have? Because we have a lot of people that are trying to upgrade. They've already had a little bit of Jamba Juice in them, spiked with a little tequila in there on the way up there, and they're like, I want to sit a little bit better. Y'all guys have put us everywhere, so there's a seat and a place for everybody, especially all these. I don't know what's that guy's name. I think he plays for the Jets. He might have played for the Packers. I've gotten a lot of.
Is it quarterback or something?
Yeah, I think he played quarterback. Brett Rogers, one of those guys. So yeah, that's really one of the things going forward. So we're gonna jump into into this Cowboys schedule. So we're excited again for everybody that's tuning in. From all of our Facebook friends at OK Tours, all of our Facebook friends at Best Tickets. We're streaming on Instagram, YouTube. We're everywhere right now. We're everywhere but church. But we're going to be at these Cowboys games this week when the season starts up. So you mentioned content creating. We're, getting there. Our cameras are getting a little better. The lights getting a little bit better. Our videos are getting a little bit better. You guys get me excited. I feed off what y'all do as well. But what's been your favorite release video? For me, mine was the Chargers release schedule, that anime thing, and then the Cowboys Post Malone like 2 years ago.
Sure. The Post Malone one was, that was tough to beat. That was a really good one. Pretty clever by the Cowboys. I did like the little twist on Yellowstone. I'm a Yellowstone Kevin Costner fan, so I did like their twist on that this year. I think my personal favorite, I don't know if you or anyone that's watching with us has seen it, the Tennessee Titans did one where they were on the street in Broadway out in Nashville, and all they were doing was showing the logos of the opposing teams and basically asking,
that's Cowboys.
and some of the answers, I think they called the Chargers logo. I think the lady said like Lightning McQueen or something.
Lightning McQueen, yeah.
Some absurd answers that were really entertaining. That was my personal favorite.
Oh yeah, it was just like they didn't require that much work, and those are the best ones. Those are the ones that do the best. You would think the ones you do is spend so much money in production. I like the Cowboys one this year. I'd rate it like a B-, but compared to like the Chargers that were like an A+, the Titans, I didn't really get to see a lot of the other ones, but just over the years past, it's always some good stuff. So I'm glad that their marketing team is running with it, getting everybody excited year round. I think 2 months people get a little sad that football season's over, but we just had our XFL team that was off to a good start. How did you guys do with the championship game this past weekend?
It was good. It was a good event for us. I think any time you have not just a new team, a completely new league, you're kind of in a unknown. You don't know exactly what you're going to get, but I think for the most part, with our hometown team, the Brahmas, there was pretty solid support throughout the season. Hopefully, it continues to grow. And the XFL championship, I was downtown on Saturday night. I was going to an event downtown. And I was actually surprised how many people, I saw a lot of people with the red DC shirts on. I saw people with their, kind of Carolina blue Arlington shirts on. So it seemed like there was a good crowd in attendance for both teams. And, I know there was a big upset. I don't know. I don't remember the final score, but I know Arlington was the underdog and they ended up pulling it out. So
can you believe that they're that first team that's brought, a championship out to that Dallas area?
Well, maybe if we're starting to align stars and stuff, maybe that's good juju for the Arlington football teams this year. Because I know
did the Stars win too?
Yeah.
Okay. See, look, we're getting that momentum going to Dallas. Like, I don't know, it's going there. We're treading in the right direction. So, what I've really gotten into over the past couple of years, I used to do these Cowboys trips that we're still doing to this day. We would always try to do something a little bit better, and that's what really made me fall in love with the Cowboys. And then they break my heart. I guess there'd be like the old school Red Sox, how people had that relationship. People are like, why don't you just get another team? I'm like, I can't do that. I grew up watching in 92, 93. That's when I was like literally in diapers and barely crawling around. So seeing the success early grew on me. It's like being a Spurs fan. For all of those Spurs fans tonight, I mean, how good are our odds?
Oh man, we were talking about this earlier at the office. I walked into, I'm at our other office now, but I walked in at the other office and I said, if there's a single candle around this office, we need to light them all because I know there's some great players coming into the draft. I mean, the kid from France, Wembanyama, as my good friend Chris Duell, Jerome's friend, would say, Wembanyama.
I still can't get it. I've been practicing, and I'm all over the place.
I'm probably butchering it right now, but that's what I've come up with. Wembanyama. But he's going to be a transcendent player. I mean, I've seen stats and figures out there about him adding $500 million to a franchise worth over the course of his career with just. Whether you're looking at attendance or jersey sales or just, I don't think we've really seen anything like him. And, they're saying best prospect since LeBron James. I mean, yeah, I'm obviously not, being a Spurs fan and having our battles with LeBron over the years. I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but I do respect him and the longevity of his career. And so.
But you got to love it, too, because he draws such a good crowd when he goes. So, in that aspect, you get to see him twice a year, and it's or 2 to 4 times a year, or just twice a year at home. And it's man, I kind of wish he would come visit our town a little bit more often.
Everyone I talk to, it's there's there's no chance we're going to get him. And then there's the people that are it's going to happen. This is Tim Duncan all over again. And, I'm somewhere in the middle. I think I'm just nervous just because, not only what that could do for our business, but just what it does for a team that all of us.
What it does for our city, because then it gets rid of those Austin rumors, gets rid of everything. They're building a good facility up by the rim. So, I mean, from the looks of it, it looks like they're here to stay. But I think I saw it with the Rams, too, where they had pumped so much money into their stadium, and then LA just scooped them over there. So we got to beat Austin like that with getting a great player and then keeping the value high. Everybody that sold out on the Spurs, got rid of their jerseys, got their Warriors or their Lakers jerseys throughout the year. You know, we're gonna remember you. I got plenty of pictures. I take a lot of screenshots because I know that you will be back. That you will see this kid play, and y'all. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
We got the receipts.
But going on to that, we're going to talk about the most anticipated Cowboys games this year. This is going to be the full schedule that we have. First one is going to be they're going to be playing away. I think that's the first time in a while that they played away. But week 2 will be against the Jets and that guy Rodgers. Oh my goodness, I have a Packers fan in our office and they've been crying ever since. So we're gonna do the Giants game. The Patriots, I think that's, October. Weather's really good that time of year. I don't even know who their core is anymore. Do you?
I mean, they got Mac Jones still, manning the offense at quarterback. The Patriots, it's one of those things where, it doesn't matter. Even since Tom Brady, I feel like they're always, competitive. They're well coached. They may not have a bunch of, big time, household names on the roster, but they're always gonna be, sound and play tough. And so, I mean, and it's the Patriots, a team with that much success, their fan base, I don't think their fan base has quite jumped ship yet. I think, they're maybe like was it Tom Brady or was it Belichick? And some people may think that Belichick can get them there again, but I mean, you never know. The NFL changes so fast year to year that, I kind of look at them as one of those teams that might, kind of come out and surprise people.
They're just like the Spurs. Like, I mean, they just need to hit right on their picks. I think they drafted a kicker and a punter this year. I don't know what I don't know what that's about, but only Bill will know. So, going back to that schedule, the Rams, I think a recharge Matt Stafford is going to be a great game, a noon game. The Giants, a lot of the games really look like they're, kind of spread out. No back-to-backs. So it really.
I looked at that, and I saw that, and there's exactly like you said, it being spread out. Whether it's for the bus trip side of the business or planning and stuff like that. I mean, I actually, that's one of the things I like the most about this year's schedule is it's not like we have a big long homestand, and I kind of think that makes it a little bit more exciting. It's not so much like, oh, we were going to go this week, but we'll just go next week. Like, if you're going to wait, you're going to have to wait a couple weeks, and then they'll be back in the town. So I actually like that aspect.
I love it as far as that, like you said, bus trips, and then just the tickets alone. Because when you go back to back, a lot of people have season tickets. It's hard for them to go from every game to like going back to back, and you got to take off everything. Having it all spread out makes it easier. You get to see your favorite team every other year, and this is probably one of the best schedules. Like I would have said maybe if you would have showed me the schedule 5 years ago, I would have said, oh, the Jets, that's not going to attract anybody. The Patriots, okay, we got Brady there. The Rams, who are they? They don't have anything to prove. They haven't won a Super Bowl. Giants, they've been a joke for years. The Commanders, Thanksgiving, that's always a big draw. The Seahawks, they had Russell. The Eagles, that's always been a strong competitive game. I mean, they've gotten lucky over the last couple of years, but looking at that, the Lions too, like from top to bottom, I don't see anything being top to bottom. I see it being, from left to right. The schedule is like super good. There's not a bad game on that schedule that you could just be like, I'm going to go see Sam Darnold.
For sure.
You're going to go see some really good players.
I mean, I thought the exact same thing. I look at it from the standpoint, obviously we're always going to have our division rivalry games at home with Washington, the Giants, and my least favorite team on the planet, the Eagles. Got to throw that out there. If any of my Eagles are watching this,
there is none. I mean, there might be a few Eagles fans, right? I think I know like 3 loyal ones.
Unfortunately. But I mean, I look at, those games are always good just because of, the history in those matchups. And then, the Jets, we'll just say his name already, Aaron Rodgers, he kind of it's like we've been waiting for it for months now because it got leaked and it finally happened. He's a New York Jet. The Patriots, the Rams, the Seahawks. I mean, even the Lions. You look at a team like the Lions. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, they knocked Aaron Rodgers out of making the playoffs last year. That was a team that has been in the dumpster of the NFL for a long time. And I think if I remember right, last year, if one or two things goes differently that last Sunday and they beat the Packers, which they did, they would have been in the playoffs. Yeah. So another well-coached team, former Dallas Cowboy, actually, tight end Dan Campbell's their head coach. So they're a good team. And, you look at that game on the schedule and it's the last home game of the season. Game could have huge implications if the Lions get where, obviously us as Cowboys fans, we're thinking playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
We're thinking the same too. So, I mean, I really don't see a weak point on the schedule. I think all the teams, all the opponents are, they have some star-studded players across all these different lineups. And, like we talked about, the timing and the dates and everything, it's like kind of everything aligned really well.
So for everybody tuning in right now, right, if you were a betting man, right, which you're not, which is going to be the one that you're buying your tickets for right now because they're at such a good price? And, people think like, okay, there's always like one or two games that are on the schedule. They're like, oh, that one's not going to be as good. But then it ends up being like the playoff game. There's so many things that happen. Someone's replacement is probably on fire. Like, which one's going to be that game?
That's the Jets one. I've gotten a lot of calls, for that. I think that has the opportunity to be kind of one of those perfect storm things where, the home opener for the Cowboys is always a big deal. And you got Aaron Rodgers and his new team, basically second week of the season. It's still new and fresh. I think that one, obviously, anytime the Eagles come to town, I do appreciate that when the Eagles come to town, our Cowboys fans seem to show up in numbers and outmatch them. But those Eagles fans are not scared of coming to AT&T Stadium. We need to give them a reason to be.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, if they don't win on the field, they're winning in the parking lot. I've 100%. Seen it. But it is a lot friendlier than going up to, Lincoln Financial. I mean, I would be scared to even just wear a Cowboys anything up there because, them having a little holding cell underneath the stadium, that's a little intimidating. I've had a buddy that was telling me, hey, let's go out there and, watch them play up there. I was like, no, I'm okay. I said, you can come here. We'll joke. Everybody treats you, with respect. They're not going to, do anything crazy unless you provoke it. But for the most part, it's always a good time. I've had plenty of Eagles fans that we've gone to the games and, when Jackson was there, when McNabb was there, when some of the hardest hitter, Brian Dawkins was there, taking off everybody's head. Those are some of the best rivalries, and to this day, they really are. The Eagles are well coached. Are they going to make it back to the Super Bowl? Probably not. Did they blow an opportunity? Yeah. But that's we had an opportunity there to match with them, and they just everything happened their way. Everything happened against us. But like I said, this is our year. Like everybody else, this is our year. Us as Cowboy fans, we always get to the realization of falling in love with this team through thick and thin, going through ups and downs. But once they're rolling, it's hard to stop us. It's hard to stop us from walking into our office and not walking with a smile.
That's a good point too about the schedule, right? I was joking around in the office the other day, and I was looking at the full schedule, and I said, don't be surprised when the Cowboys are, and I'm going to make my proclamation, my first Dallas Cowboys prediction of the year. I have far too many of them every year. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but I think they're going to be 4-0 going to San Francisco in Week 5. I really do. I think we always match up well against the Giants. I'm not real worried about this new Jets team. Cardinals probably have a little bit of a down year. And then I think we can beat the Patriots at home. So that's a big thing, too, with the Cowboys. I mean, they are America's team. We have a lot of fans. When they start winning, I mean, I've seen it happen over and over and over again. It's like each game, you see those prices start. Maybe $150 upper is 165, and then they win again 175. So, that's it's a fun thing to be a part of, and we're always here to make sure that whatever that price is, you're getting the absolute best price, and so we won't steer you wrong in that regard. But definitely cool stuff.
And now with everything being mobile, it's so much easier to get your tickets. You don't have to go to the box office. If something it's relatively easy. Hey, I need some upgrades, and you just tell me, hey, send them right back, and then I'll send you some other stuff. I think that's the best part about this whole mobile ticketing. A lot of people kind of knocked it, but it's just technology. I know a lot of our clientele is a little bit older, in the 50s or 60s. They really didn't understand it at first. But now I see them. They're liking us on Facebook. They're commenting on our stuff. They're telling us. They're the first ones that are calling us to tell us, hey, when are we going back?
Sure.
Hey, we're doing something right. They already know that they're getting the best tickets, and they're getting the best transportation. And that's highlighting into our whole experience of everything. Our package includes the round trip bus transportation, the game tickets provided by Best Tickets. We price everything at the 400 section, but like you said, you can pretty much put us wherever we need to be. There's always a seat available somewhere. If you want to sit next to Jerry, I think we'll get you on the outside of that. You might be able to see him from caddy corner, but I've sat right in front of Troy Aikman's booth, and I don't think they're even there anymore. They're the Monday night team, so I don't believe we have a Monday night game, which is great. It's been, I think, 3 years since we've had a Monday night game.
Yeah, well, there's no Monday night home game. I think our I believe Chargers Week 6 in LA. So we played the Monday night game on the road. I'm the same way as you. I mean, I like getting everybody on these bus trips taken care of. Whether it's you guys, other folks. The Monday night games. It's Monday night, even though it's so fun. I mean, Monday night football to me is be at home with the family. Barbecue, I mean, obviously if the Cowboys are on, watch it.
I know you got to work the next day. Exactly. Most people, unless it's the Cowboys win, then you schedule your appointment, your doctor's appointment on that Tuesday, because that the Cowboys will probably raise your stress level, so you might not go into work. So you need a doctor's note. But going back to it's a.
As iconic as Monday Night Football is, and the John Madden and Are You Ready for Some Football and all that, it's Sunday football. You know what I mean? I think that's what people they basically, it's the beginning of the week, but the last day of the weekend, however you look at it. And if you're anything like me and Cowboys fan like me, I typically plan the second half of my week in coordination to what I'm going to be doing on Sunday for the Cowboys game. So,
for sure. I like the Sunday night games because you have all day to watch the Eagles lose at noon, watch the Niners lose at 3:45. You have all that time to set your fantasy lineup. We love it the best because we leave our hotel, we have breakfast provided there, and then this year is going to blow it out of the water. We are going to blow it out of the water this year with our tailgate, because we are going to be joining Bill Bates and their tailgate. It is a amazing tailgate. It is a platinum lounge right across the street from the stadium, and that is a private tour. Bill Bates will be there along with a couple of other ex-Cowboys players, taking pictures, signing autographs, providing a meal, not just the traditional barbecue plate that we're used to, but a whole bunch of different stuff, all you can eat, open bar, and a huge covered space patio. So, there's sometimes where Dallas's weather doesn't work out with us. And that is always hard because we have people running back into the bus. They're trying to get their koozies, they're trying to get their stuff. And having this covered tailgate is really going to attract a lot of people to join our trips. So, just having some of the pulled pork and jalapeno beef sausage, we're excited about that and excited to be partnering with such a great tailgate right before the game. So you can have a few drinks before you go try to buy one drink inside the stadium. So that's always the best thing about these Cowboys games is getting excited before the game, because you never know what Dak is going to show up. you, you never know. You never know how many halfback screens they're going to be throwing. You never know what McCarthy is going to be calling. The only thing that you do know is that Micah is going to play his heart out. That's the only thing that you can count on. He's going to play. You know, he might hit his head somewhere, but he's going to be out there. He's going to be moving around. The guy's getting a little bit bigger this year for that reason, to dethrone the NFC East champs. I think this is going to be a great time. The season is going to be at its best. Less restrictions. It's going to be good times. Just the whole mood of Cowboys and us going forward is definitely going to be the great part about that. And I can't wait to go to some of these games. Which ones are you going to? Because I know you travel a lot and you go to a couple of different games.
I mean, the way that this schedule worked out with there being so much time in between games, I mean, you might mess around and see me at all of them this year. I'm excited for the season. I might just, see if I can find somebody on Airbnb that'll just rip me their place on Saturday nights for the season. But I mean, opening week, I'll be there opening week. I got to go see them play the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? And then, probably the only one, maybe not Thanksgiving, because I got to get my mom's home cooking on Thanksgiving. And I don't know if I can convince her to go up to Dallas for a football game on Thanksgiving. But, I will say this, though. You did not undersell that tailgate at all. That if you have never been to that Bill Bates tailgate, I mean, whatever the price of the package is, I mean, the tailgate itself is probably worth that. It is top of the line. It's great food. Like you said, open bar, great drinks. I mean, great atmosphere. I personally, that's probably my favorite spot to hang out pregame. You're right there by the stadium. It's great. So that's awesome that you are doing that this year.
Yeah, we're excited about that. We've always been just a barbecue and then kind of go, and then everyone's like, "Oh, where do you go?" Now, there might be some people that just want to go to the tailgate and hang out and probably sell their tickets on the way out, because you just get caught in meeting all the people, meeting everybody that travels on our bus, having a good time, and having a safe ride back home. That's the most important thing. Is not struggling to find parking, paying overpriced parking, worry about who's going to be driving on the way back, all the way back to San Antonio after a game. That's 4.5 hours where your buddies are probably asleep in the car because they had too much of a good time, and we're just bringing you back safely. You get you get fed there before the game. You get fed at the hotel. I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy this. I'd like to thank Mr. Guy for putting this in contact with the right people. He's and then all the people that are watching us right now throughout all the platforms on Facebook, on Best Tickets Facebook, on y'all's Instagram, on where are we not streaming? I think there's everywhere but TikTok at this point.
I think we got it pretty much covered. We're all over the place today. It's good.
So we're definitely excited, and our tickets are going to go on sale on Friday. We'll have all the prices in there. So don't flood the comments right now. Make sure that you tell us what game you want to go to. We'll be reaching out to you. We're going to be blasting everything. And if y'all have any questions on upgrades, hey, it's a package for my kid's birthday or whatever, you can give Dan a call too. Where's the best place for them to give you a call, Dan?
Yeah, 100%. Best number to call us at, 210-344-9600. You can ask for me. You can ask for anybody on our staff. Whoever answers the phone will be happy to help you. Definitely look out for the stuff coming from OK Tours with their bus trips. I mean, these guys, I can't say it enough. They are the best in the business. I've sent friends and, customers of my own looking to get on a bus, to these guys. And every time I've ever sent anybody, they have nothing but the best things to say about them. So if you're looking for a bus trip, these guys are the ones to book with. I will say anybody who is looking for just, maybe in between now and what bus trips you want to go to, if you're just looking for single game tickets, Cowboys tickets on the website right now, besttickets.com, you can use promo code Cowboys20, so Cowboys20. It's going to save you 20% off your order total. And that order, that promo code, it's valid until this Friday. So that's kind of our kick off the season promotional code that we launched last Friday. If you need information on it, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Best Tickets. Go check us out. You can find the post about all the different promotions and stuff and concerts, all that stuff that we're running too. So, but by all means, if it comes to a bus trip, you are looking at the man to call right there. You know what I'm saying? So if you need anything from me, that's how you get a hold of me. But bus trips, this is the guy right here.
Yeah, they're going to be definitely sending you some DMs because I know there's a lot of other events that are coming into the San Antonio area. And we were talking before the show about a couple of concerts. For Mother's Day, we bought a couple. Luis Miguel was coming into town, Jonas Brothers. I've had 4 or 5 people asking me about Peso Pluma, and I'm like, why are y'all calling me? I know y'all watch the show. Y'all need to get a hold of Dan. He's the man with the plan. He'll get you your tickets delivered, get them everything. He'll take care of you.
We're so excited about Cowboys, but he's right. Any of these other events, he mentioned a few of them. They're ways off. Peso Pluma, Luis Miguel, Jonas Brothers. We got the Drake concerts, even though they're not in San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, Austin. Yeah, Drake. Whatever it is, we're a one-stop shop for everything. We make it super easy, and we're always trying to get existing and new customers the best price. That's what we always try to do, hassle-free. And so, if you're looking for anything outside of a bus trip, you can definitely give me a call, 210-344-9600.
Awesome. And you can give us a call too at 210-222-8880. oktours.com. We'll have everything live this Friday with our ticket prices, our packages, and everything included on there. We are also going to have a summer of sports. We're going to put together the Astros, 2 Astros games. And then United is going to be playing in Houston. And then the El Clasico, the real Clasico is going to be Barcelona versus Real Madrid. We're getting all our tickets from Best Tickets. So as soon as everything else goes on sale, we're going to be posting that everywhere. And it's going to be a good summer in regards to sports, concerts, and travel. We're going to get you there. We're going to get the best tickets, and we're going to have a great time.
Absolutely. That's what I like to hear.
So, again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time. I think I felt like we were doing this for 5-10 minutes, and I look at the counter and it's 38 minutes. So it's always a great time with you guys. Y'all make it so much easier to sell all these trips because they pretty much take care of themselves. Everybody's reaching out for us and they're like, hey, you're on that Facebook thing. And I'm like, yeah, but we're working as a big team here. So yep. I appreciate all of y'all's Facebook following and Instagram following and church following, everybody that's watching. Thank you all so much. And we'll be on for the next show, highlighting more of the tailgate and highlighting a little bit more of how our tickets are going. So which tickets to be on the eye of checking out. So we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, guys.